Hello, good morning, children. After a long time, I think I'm visible to you, and all of you have written the exams very well, and some more have to respond. Remaining others, I hope for the unit test too, remaining others also will respond. Okay, now I'm going to explain class 6 history 5th chapter what books and burials tell us. Okay, already 4 chapters over history and what are the sources available to archaeologists on basis of the resources sources, what the historians were telling to you, what they want to tell, what they want to know, you already learned. Now with these books and burials, what they will tell us, now you will learn in this chapter. Okay, here a table it is given. Here is a girl's picture. She is Mary. What about she? Let's see. Mary in the library. As the bell rang, the teacher asked the students to follow him. So when the bell rang, the teacher asked the students to follow him because they were going to the library for the first time. Okay, we are also having library. When your library time hour is there, you will go to library. You will follow your teacher in a line and you will go. Here also the students have done the same. When Mary stepped inside, she found that the library was much larger than their classroom. When Mary stepped into the library, she found that the library was more than her classroom. That means it's a huge library. And there were so many shelves all full of books. There are so many shelves and full of books. In one corner was a cupboard. In one corner there was a cupboard filled with large old volumes. So in one cupboard there are old volumes, means big thick books were there. Seeing her trying to open the cupboard, the teacher said, the cupboard has very special books on different religions. Mary, that cupboard is containing very special books and all are on different religions. Did you know that we have a set of the Vedas? So Hindus, holy book, Vedas, Rig Veda, okay, Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, okay. Like that, here the teacher asked the girl, do you know, Mary, about we have the set of Vedas in our library? Set of Vedas are there. Like that, the teacher said. What are the Vedas? Mary wondered, what are Vedas? Let us find out. Okay, here you are going to learn about them. Let's see. One of the oldest books in the world. Here, Vedas means Vedas are one of the oldest books. One of the oldest books in the world. Oldest books in the world. You may have heard about the Vedas. There are 4 of them. So, how many Vedas are there? There are 4 Vedas. They are Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and 4th one, Atharvana Veda. Okay, we have 4 Vedas. What are they? Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharvana Veda. The oldest Veda is the Rig Veda. So, in these 4 Vedas, the Rig Veda is the oldest one. The Rig Veda is the oldest one, oldest Veda. And it was composed about 3500 years ago. It was composed 3500 years ago. The Rig Veda was composed. It was the oldest Veda in the Vedas, and it was composed nearly 3500 years ago. The Rig Veda includes more than 1,000 hymns called Sukta or well said. Here, this Rig Veda contains more than 1,000 hymns. 1,000 hymns. Okay, 1,000 hymns. Here, hymns means well said. well said or sukta. Suktas. Okay. సూక్తులు అంటారు కదా అలా అన్నమాట. ఓకే, ది రిగ్వేద కంటైన్స్ మోర్ దాన్ 1000 hymns. Hymns means suktas or well said. Okay, next. These hymns are in praise of various gods and goddesses. So all these hymns are the praise of, are composed to praise different gods and goddesses. 3 gods are especially important. Agni, the god of fire; Indra, a warrior god; and Soma, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. So all these Vedas were about 3 gods. Who are they? First one is Agni, and then second one is Indra, and the third one Soma. Third one is Soma. Agni, fire god; Indra, warrior of gods, warrior god; and Soma, a plant from which medicine is prepared. So they have given importance to these 3 gods. So on the price of these hymns were composed in Vedas. A plant from which a special drink was prepared. From the Soma plant, a special drink will be prepared. Okay. These hymns were composed by sages. Sages means here rishis. Priests taught students to recite and memorize each syllable, word and sentence bit by bit with great care. Okay, how you will learn Telugu poems, okay, English poems, like that. In these Rigveda also, these hymns also, word by word, line by line, they will be recited by students and they will be by hearted by the students. So here these sages taught the students these hymns. Most of the hymns were composed, taught and learnt by men. So most of these hymns were taught and learned by men only, men. A few were composed by women. So in these hymns only few were composed by women. The Rigveda is in old or Vedic Sanskrit. So here Rigveda is composed in Vedic Sanskrit. Okay, I think these later you can see. So Rigveda is composed in old Vedic Sanskrit. Vedic language or old Sanskrit. Vedic language or old Sanskrit. The Rigveda is in old or Vedic Sanskrit, which is different from the Sanskrit you learn in school these days. So in our school you are not learning this Sanskrit, but after going to intermediate college in state syllabus, the intermediate students, they are having Sanskrit as language. So in that Sanskrit is different with this Vedic Sanskrit. Okay. Now one more time, see. Vedas are one of the oldest books in the world. Okay, there are 4 Vedas. What are they? Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda. 4 Vedas you are having. In that, Rigveda is the oldest Veda and it was composed nearly 3500 years ago. And the Rigveda was composed more than with 1000 hymns. And these here hymns means suktas or well said. Hymns means suktas or well said. And these suktas also, they were composed to praise different gods and goddesses. Here in these Vedas, they have given importance to 3 gods. Who are they? Agni, fire god; Indra, warrior god; and Soma, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. So the praise of these hymns were composed, and all these hymns were composed in Vedic Sanskrit or old Sanskrit, which is different from what you are learning these days, not you other students. Okay, so this is about Vedas. Next, Sanskrit and other languages. Sanskrit is part of a family of languages known as Indo-European. Some Indian languages such as Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri, and Sindhi, Asian languages such as Persian, and many European languages such as English, French, German, Greek, Italian, and Spanish belong to this family. So all these languages, they belong to Sanskrit family only. They are called a family because they originally had words in common. So all these words, all these languages have some common words. That's why all these languages are called as a family. They were called as a family. Take the words matra, ma, Hindi, and mother, English. So if we take Sanskrit word matra, is a Sanskrit word. We will call Hindi, ma, Hindi word, and mother, English, So all these are very similar. That's why all these languages were called as a family. All these languages were called as a family. Do you notice any similarities? Here, have you noticed any similarities? Let's see. Other languages used in the subcontinent belong to different families. So, in the subcontinent, in our India only, remaining others also uses different languages. They are little bit different. For instance, those used in the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Assam, like those. Okay. They belong to the Tibeto-Burman family. But why they are using? Because in this, these states are in the borders of Nepal and Tibet. Yes or not? That's why they will use that Nepal and Tibeto language. Tibeto-Burman family. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam belong to Dravidian family. So our Deccan side, okay, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, all these. That means our Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. All these languages in these 4 states what we speak, these all languages, they belongs to Dravidian family. Okay, Dravidian family. I will write, children. Let's see. Northeast languages, they were similar to Tibeto-Burman family. But the languages what we will speak, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and Malayalam. These 4 languages, they belongs to the Dravidian family. Okay, they belongs to Dravidian family. And the languages spoken in Jharkhand and parts of central India, they belong to Austroasiatic family. In which parts? Jharkhand and central India. That means Madhya Pradesh. Okay, like that. Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, MP, Madhya Pradesh. And central India, Gujarat, Rajasthan, like that. Okay, all these belongs to Austroasiatic family. Austroasiatic family. Okay. List the languages you have heard about and try to identify the families to which they belong. So here this is a work to you, children. Whatever the languages you are hearing, you have to identify them to which language, to which family they belongs to. Next. The books we use are written and printed. Present day, whatever the books we are using, they are written and printed. Printed letters only, na? These letters? Okay. Next. The Rig Veda was recited and heard rather than read. But the Rig Veda, what you were listening now, that was recited and heard only. Only by hearing only this was learned by many of the people. It was written down several centuries after it was first composed. I said already, Rig Veda was composed nearly 3,500 years ago. But it came into written format after it composed several years. Okay. And printed less than 200 years ago only. In the book format, it came only before 200 years. Composed 3,500 years ago. But in the book format, in the written format, it came after several years. But in the book format, in a printed format, it came only 200 years ago. Next, how historians study the Rig Veda. Historians, like archaeologists, find out about the past, but in addition to material remains, they examine written sources as well. Let us see how they study the Rig Veda. Okay. Here, historians or archaeologists, whatever they will see, they have the evidences of sources. Okay, with their sources only they will know the history. Here, in addition to material remains, they examine written sources also. The written sources also they will examine, like these books. Okay, and see how they studied the Rig Veda. Some of the hymns in the Rig Veda are in the form of dialogues. So, I already said more than 1,000 hymns were there in the Rig Veda. So, some hymns were in the form of dialogues. This is part of one such hymn, a dialogue between a sage named Vishwamitra and two rivers. Okay, here, see, they have given in the picture. This is, we can't read this as it is in the Vedic Sanskrit, but this is in the conversation form. This is conversation is among sage Vishwamitra and two rivers. Okay, here about this picture they have given some matter also, children. I will read out. A page from a manuscript of the Rig Veda. This manuscript of the Rig Veda on beech bark was found in Kashmir. Okay, on the bark. Okay, that means on tree bark it was found, this inscription, manuscript. About 150 years ago, it was used to prepare one of the earliest printed texts of the Rig Veda, as well as in an English translation. So, this dialogue also translated into English. It is now preserved in library in Pune, Maharashtra. So, this manuscript was preserved in Pune, in a library in Pune, in Maharashtra. Maharashtra capital Pune. Okay, there it was Maharashtra. Okay, Mumbai. In Pune, it was preserved. So, what was the conversation they have given in this book? But I will explain you in the tomorrow's lesson. Till now, I hope you understood, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.